Hey guys, it's Kate McKibben here, and today I am here to smash a big, huge BS belief that I know a lot of you are thinking, and that is automated just doesn't work as well as live. And I'm going to show you why you're wrong in just a second. So I'm sure some of you watching this, as you know, I'm all about funnels. I'm all about automation. I think they are amazing business tools, and they can do amazing things for your business when they're done right. But I'm sure some of you watching this are sort of, the reason you haven't taken the leap yet, the reason you haven't thought, okay, I'm going to dip my toe even, the reason why you're still like, no, funnels are not for me, could be because you have this belief that they're just not going to work as well as when you do it live. Like, people aren't going to connect. People aren't going to believe you. People are going to feel jibbed or something by the fact that you've set something up that's automated, and therefore they're not going to want to therefore work with you and take that next step. And that is 100% not true. So I'm going to tell you why that's not true. And it's not just because, I think that. I have seen it again and again. And I actually want to share a story or a case study of one of my clients with you. So this client, she had this belief and she wanted more regular sales. When we started working together, she's like, I don't want to be launching all the time. Like, it's great that, that launch couple of weeks, you get all that income, and then, it all stops, and then you start paying for everything. And then you kind of start looking to when's the next launch coming? Cause I'm going to run out of money. And she wanted to get off that real feast famine, like yay, oh bugger kind of cycle. So we're like, okay, well, how can we put in something that's going to be more reliable, more regular, more steady, that runs sort of in, behind or alongside your launches? So you still got that awesome injection of cash from doing launches, but on non-launch months, you're also still making sales. My real aim for her, and I didn't want to scare her off, so I didn't tell her this right away, was that she wouldn't even have to launch in the future, which actually she doesn't. But baby steps. So she had this belief that, that basically anything automated was not going to work as well as her launches. Her launches, they weren't amazing launches, but they worked. She knew if she launched, she'd get some money. And so she was kind of really scared of letting that go. So again, we baby stepped it out. I just wanted to prove to her that it was going to be okay. And she needed kind of that proof as well to be able to then let go and, allow a more automated approach. So first things first, what we started doing was the only thing we really automated was her traffic and her list building. So basically every single week she was doing a live webinar, and we just had evergreen, traffic and list building stuff going on in the background. So we're sending new people to it on autopilot every week, and then she would get on and do this webinar live. And that was great for the first even maybe month or so, because especially it's really good to actually do that for at least a couple of weeks or a month or so to really polish anything that you're going to put onto automated. But the thing is, after say maybe week 4 or 5, she's like, this is boring. This is so boring. And she found herself actually having her webinars work less well than they did because she was checked out. She was like, I'm just saying the same things over and over again. This is not, she wasn't connecting with the people either. She was kind of resenting having to do it, and some weeks she'd have tech problems and things like that. And so it just became this thing that she dreaded every single week, even though it was the thing making her money. So we're like, okay, well, we've gotten to this point now. All right, what's the next step? How can we sort of just get you that next little bit towards being completely automated? Because again, she was still like, well, I can't let go of this because this is the thing that's working. So I can't, I don't want to put it onto automated because then what if it stops? What if it all goes away? So we're like, okay, let's try a hybrid approach. So she still had her live webinar scheduled. She was still doing the same ads, but what we were doing is she actually took her best ever webinar, and she basically just recorded the middle section, like the teaching section, and had that as a video. And you can do this in different webinar software. So basically she would come on live at the start, say hi to everybody, have, a little bit of an intro and a chat. Then she would switch over to the slides, which people wouldn't even realize that was pre-recorded. Let that sort of, 20-30 minute section, because that's the bit that was kind of getting repetitive, right? It's the same thing all the time. And then she would jump back on at the end and answer their questions live. So people were still kind of getting that connection that she felt that they really needed. And she was being able to sit there. She says, she'd like watch videos on her phone for half an hour bit in the middle, which was the training and the pitch. Because she kind of didn't really need to be doing anything. So that, again, she did that for probably a month or so again. And then again, she started to get bored, because sitting there, it doesn't feel like it's the best use of your time, sitting there for half an hour, listening to yourself speak and watching a Friends rerun on your phone. So again, and she found that actually it worked just as well. And so this came to this point. She's like, look, I want to try the fully automated thing, but I'm kind of scared. I don't, this is working. What if I just have to suck it up and do this boring thing and, give up an afternoon every week to do this? Maybe that's just what I have to do. That's what's going to be my business. I'm like, well, what if, again, we try next baby step. What if, okay, you'll still do your live one. And what you'll do is you'll just send the ads for the couple of days before that to the live one, but we're going to set you up with a completely evergreen one. And then the ads that are so it was basically 4 days a week, the ads went to her evergreen version, and 3 days a week, so the 3 days leading up to the live session, they went to the live session. So then it's kind of like we're doing a split test now, 50-50. Half your budget goes to one, half goes to the other. And if you want, you can put a bit more budget into that live one, so you're still kind of getting the same numbers there. Why don't we try that? And then we'll see. Then we'll really be able to see, does this work just as well or well enough? And, lo and behold, no surprises here, her evergreen version converted just as well, if not better, than any of the live ones or even hybrid ones that she'd been doing. So she had basically resisted, it's almost 3 months in of me going, come on, you can do it. Come on, you can do it. It's not so scary. Baby step. And, then she could see that it was just as effective. And it meant that she didn't have to be sitting there. She didn't have to be worrying about tech dramas. And that's one of the brilliant things about evergreen, is it actually takes away some of the tech problems, the things that can go wrong with live webinars. Live webinars, particularly if you're in a country like Australia where the internet kind of sucks, live webinars can be super stressful because you're worried about them cutting out the whole time, and you spend at least 15% of your actual on-screen time troubleshooting people's problems because the voice is stopped or the image is frozen or they can't hear you properly, or live webinars can actually be a total pain in the butt. But when you go to evergreen, the way that it actually works is, yes, the evergreen one, when people aren't getting their questions answered directly, you do, yes, have a slight decrease in your conversion percentage, but more people are attending. So when it is evergreen, so if you go and you sign up for a webinar, right, and you see, oh, it's next Thursday. Oh yeah, sure, I'll attend that. I'm sure I'll remember. And you don't, or even if you get the reminders, you're like, oh, I haven't got time for that now, or I've lost interest, or whatever it was. Whereas with evergreen, people, they see it and they're like, oh, well, this is today, or I can pick a time sometime either today or one tomorrow, and it's much quicker, and they can find something that's going to be more suitable for them. So you get a much higher actual show up rate, often almost double the number of people will watch your evergreen versus the number of people who will attend a live. So even if your conversion percentage drops a bit, it's fine because you've got more people watching it. So all actually works out in the wash. So that's why I wanted to come in here and bust that myth. If this is something that's been stopping you from taking the leap, even the baby step, doing what my client did and kind of going step by step, because it's not true. And I've seen this not just this one client, I've seen it again and again. You can have your sales coming in day after day on autopilot without being gross and sleazy, without tricking people, and without, worrying about it sort of either affecting your launches or it not working as well. It can work just as well. It does work just as well when you do it right. And if you want to know how to do it right, how to set this up for yourself, the exact, what to do exactly when, and how to turn your, maybe your current launch or your current product or offer into something that's making you sales every single day, then come and check out. I've got a free workshop on right now that's going to take you through the entire process. I keep it really simple, but super action packed. There is a link. It's either above or below, depending on what you're looking at. So click on it, come in, watch it. Yeah, it's evergreen. Of course it is. It's a funnel. That's what I'm all about. But come in, see for yourself and see the process that you can then go and apply into your business so that you can stop doing these tasks that take up so much of your time. Stop having that uncertainty, that kind of risk. Stop having those peaks and troughs. Start getting some nice, reliable revenue coming into your business. Get rid of the stress, free up your time, all those things that I know that you want and that I want for you as well. I'll show you how to do all of it inside my free workshop. So click below, come and join me, and I'll see you inside. Bye.